This weekend on Thomas Weekend the Steamquel, we head for a wonderful adventure at the Talalin Railway to celebrate Audrey Extravaganza 5. And then we get to see a day out with Thomas at the East Anglian Railway Museum. But first, it's time for some wonderful entertainment. Enjoy!